guys, it's been a minute since we did beauty. I have been talking about beauty products in my vlogs. I've been trying to kind of throw in mini hauls and mini get ready with me's and little reviews of things as I go in the weekly vlogs, because I feel like it makes them a little bit more interesting, just switches things up a little bit. But I realised because of that, because of all the travel in the last month or so, I really haven't made a beauty video. So I thought, since I'm going to London today and I've got up extra early to do my hair and makeup, I thought I would film it for you and show you some of the new products that I'm using right now. All of these products, bar one, I am really super enjoying. One of them I'm still on the fence about. I specifically point that out because I don't want to recommend anything that I'm not 100% on. But I will definitely update you later on. But yeah, if you want to see what is on my face, stay tuned to find out. I'm going to start with the moisturiser. It's this Khiels one that I've been wearing a lot at night time over my serums and stuff. It's called the Ultra Facial Oil Free Lotion. It's very, very basic. I'm not sure whether or not it's worth getting this from Khiels, to be quite honest. I really like how fresh it feels. It's kind of always a little bit cooling, which is nice in the summertime. And it absorbs very, very quickly, which is why it's one of the only moisturisers that I'll wear underneath makeup. But I'm not sure, honestly, how much better it is than another very basic moisturiser. I probably would buy it again though. It's quite expensive, but I do like it because I'm a sucker. I'm also going to put on this Milk Makeup Cooling Stick under my eyes. I found this in my drawer and was like, oh, I used to love this so much, and I completely forgot about it. And just that kind of area, it plumps it all out and refreshes it, because it is still quite early in the morning as I film this, and I could do with all the help I can get. Foundation. Give this a proper shake to get the most from it. It's the Hello Happy Soft Blur Foundation from Benefit. The shade I have is 3. I have been using this a ton recently because the shade's so good for me right now, and I know it won't be when I lose my tan, so I'm trying to use it all up while it's still the right colour. Plus, most of my foundations are not the right colour for me right now. But it blends so nicely. I've put on so much. It's like way more than I needed to. It blends so nicely, whether you use a sponge, your fingertips, or a brush. I use this big Real Techniques brush that is probably not meant for this, but I really like it. It really does just blur everything out. It's kind of somewhere between a foundation and Professional, although I never really got along with Professional underneath makeup because I felt like it just, everything slid around on top. It never really settled in the way that I needed it to, whereas this kind of does the whole job in one. It's a really lightweight feeling foundation. I'm a big fan of that. This is how prepared I am. I have a glass of water for my beauty blender because I want to try a new, what's the word, concealer. I have the Shape Tape, which ever since I bought it, my skin has just been too dark to wear it because the fairest shade is just incredibly, incredibly fair, and it would just be too crazy. But I have the Maracuja, is it Maracuja? I think Creaseless concealer from Tarte. This is fair. I think it's not quite as pale, and I haven't tried this one, so I'm just going to put the tiniest, tiniest amount under my eye. It may be a mistake because it might just look like incredibly light compared to the rest of my face, but we'll see, we'll see. I really want to give this a go and see whether or not it is truly creaseless during the day. Already that feels like too much, and it is seriously the tiniest, the smallest amount that I could get off the applicator. Is that too much? I can't tell. In these lights, everything looks different. Okay, we'll live with that. Also, before I powder, I'm going to put on my eye primer, which is the Helen Stage Eyeshadow Primer. I just think that things blend a little bit better when they have a little bit of loose powder on top after a primer, so I'm going to do this pre-setting. I actually found a bunch of new things that I hadn't reviewed yet because I bought them all in the spring, never gotten around to it, and then I got a tan and I haven't been able to, so I've basically got a whole new load of makeup that I can use when autumn hits, or at least when my tan fades. Right, I'm using the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. This is the original, I think it's called. Just such a huge fan of this. This is good stuff. My friend Charlotte actually gave me this because she said that it left kind of a pink or a peachy cast on her skin, but she's very, very fair. So that's just something to bear in mind. This is the original one that's got that slight pink colour to it. And she didn't really get along with it, but I think they do a neutral or a translucent. It's just really, really pretty, and if your budget won't quite stretch the Bare Minerals, the Vichy Derma Blend powder is almost as nice, and that definitely is translucent. Okay, so I'm all set. I think I'm gonna move into eyes. I barely do anything with my eyes recently, but I'm gonna do something for you today. I've got this Bobbi Brown Nude palette. There are two different ones. I'm using the bronzed nude edition purely because there's a colour in here that I want to use. And it's called Chocolate Truffle. It's a daytime, but I'm gonna be out. This is the problem, I'm gonna be out all day. I'm just gonna use Chocolate Truffle on my lid, which is this kind of, I'm between that and Copper Chocolate, these two colours. I just kind of want to do something really simple. Right, I'm using this brush, which is called the Smudge Brush from Real Techniques. I'm going to go for Chocolate Truffle. And I'm using the Smudge Brush because it will give me the most packed on finish, but I'm also going to take it under my eyes as well. Hardly screams summertime, does it? I'm going a little bit smoky for that. Right, then I'm going to use Frappe, which is this kind of matte beige colour here, and there's a colour in here called Golden Glow. I thought it was called Glowington Glow. It's too early for this, isn't it? I'm just going to put this Frappe colour kind of in my crease. I do believe this is what they call a transition shade, only I'm not really transitioning it to anything. In theory I would use the Bone colour, which is the, well, in fact I will. I'll use that lightest one at the top here, just above. I'm going to take that Chocolate Truffle again, slightly under my eyes. Oh, not so creaseless. And then I'm going to go in with the Pixi, what is this called? Black Liner Duo. And it's got a felt tip liner on one end and a kohl liner on the other. I'm going to use the kohl liner to tight line. I used to be able to do this so easily. Now I always put myself in the eye. It's like I'm scared of myself. I'm only doing it at the outer corners because the longer I am out, that will travel into the inner corners and I'll have that unsightly dribble down the inside of my nose. Mascara I'm using is the Lash Sensational. I'd like to use a new one, but I just never like new mascaras. I'm so closed off to new mascaras. I just noticed how shiny my chin is. So it's so hot, I'm gonna have to powder again before I go anywhere. I'm actually gonna use a setting spray today, that's how warm it is. Right, I'm gonna move into cheeks, face stuff. And I have one thing that I'm going to use and I'm really excited about it. I actually have a vlog coming on Sunday in which I just got this and I think, oh no, I didn't even show this. Did I show this? I can't remember. I think I used something else in that. In which case, disregard that comment. This is the Chrissy Teigen BECCA palette, the new one. This is £30. I know. It's insane. Absolute craziness. But it's amazing. And I was such a fan of her original palette that they did that was much, much bigger. So when I saw this, I was like, right, well, I'm buying it, obviously, because I love the other one that they made, and this is more compact. But it was a moment of madness when I spent £30 on that. It really was. But I'd do it again, because it's so beautiful. So, obviously, you get your blush, your bronze, and highlight. I'm kind of just going to swirl them together. I'll try and do the bronze a little bit separate first, to do kind of a contour. But day to day, I have kind of been swirling them. You see how that's basically bronzer and blush, right? It's kind of difficult to pick them out. I don't think it's made to be used that way. I think it is more of a swirl them all together and it's an all-in-one kind of job, which I'm cool with because I am lazy most of the time. So now I've swirled the top part and I'm just going to go on the apples of my cheeks to do the blush and the highlight. It is just magical, is it not? The one thing that I can totally get on board with the new wave of YouTube beauty people is highlight. Now, not the crazy highlight. I mean, this is a pretty crazy highlight for me. Not the kind of like down the nose, on the lip, chin situation, but the beautiful glow that is a highlight. I hope it never goes away. I'm actually going to do the setting spray before I do my lips. So this is the Chill setting spray from Urban Decay. Get my hair out of the way. I'm actually going to have to brush this through in a second. Bit nervous with my mascara because I don't think that it's dried yet. Okay, I've never actually read the back of this. After applying makeup, shake bottle well, hold 8 to 10 inches away and mist face 2 to 4 times in an X and a T formation. Okay. Is that it? Did I do it? I'm gonna do the sides of my face a bit more. because I felt like I didn't get them. Woo, just gonna let that dry. Okay, I'm gonna take down my hair and brush it out now, just so that I don't get lip gloss all over it when I do it in a little while, or if I do it in a little while, because I feel like I probably would. Hi, Miles.
This is really quiet.
Hey?
It was really quiet when you were doing the video.
It was really quiet. Did you wonder if I was still filming? Milo is such a worrier. I swear, you'd think that he'd been left by himself because he's always absolutely convinced that we've like abandoned him in the house. If he gets up and I'm not in bed and like I'm coming downstairs to do something like this, I'll hear him upstairs and I'll go, what? I don't know what it is. It's like a totally irrational fear that he's developed of being separated from his family. I remember reading through his report a couple of weeks ago, and they'd brought some work home from school, and one of them was like, use the word terrified in a sentence, and they were like, the boy thought he'd been separated from his family and he was terrified. Like, what have I done to him? Right, anyway, I'm actually going to put a little bit of powder on to knock out that shine that the setting spray has left, and hopefully double up on the, please make this makeup last all day long. Strongly avoiding the under eyes, by the way. I do not need anything extra under there. Okay, the lip gloss that I'm going to use is also from that Chrissy Teigen range. Oh no, I've already scuffed it up. I dropped it under the car yesterday. It was very upsetting times. I can't remember what the whole thing is called. Endless Bronze, Endless Glow, Endless Bronze and Glow. This is called Endless Bronze and Glow. It might be the Endless Summer range. I can't remember. So the lip gloss is called the Lip Glow, and I have it in Beach Nectar. Now, when I got this, I thought, oh no, this is not what I wanted at all. This is way darker, but it's not. It's a lot paler than it looks, right? It smells amazing. It smells super minty and sweet. Today, it smells like an After Eight. Sometimes I get different vibes, and today it's After Eight. Obviously, I'm craving chocolate. I feel like I need to find a styling cream for my hair because I don't do anything with it when I've curled it, apart from maybe I'll put some oil in the ends, but I need something to get rid of this fluff that doesn't make my hair greasy. Please, answer on a postcard. And I use the Cloud9 conical wand thing, by the way, if anyone's wondering what I use to curl my hair. So that is it, I think. That is everything that I wanted to show you. It is. All of these things I'm really enjoying, apart from the Maracuja concealer, which was a new one, and I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to let you know. I don't know about that one. My favourite concealer at the moment is the Bobbi Brown Light Bisque Corrector. I'm almost out of my paler one, and I thought I would use this one since I'm a little bit darker with the tan, just to save my other one for the winter months, my regular skin months. But yeah, that's my absolute favourite because it gives me loads and loads of coverage when I need it, but it doesn't crease, doesn't look heavy or anything, doesn't fall into any fine lines or wrinkles. It's such a weird cream product, but I love that stuff. And I haven't really found a concealer that I like as much since I started using that last year. But other than that, I'm really digging all of these products. I will probably do an Insta story today, so hopefully you caught that, to see how the makeup holds up. But if you would like to recommend any particular products for me to try, I am actually going through and trying to review as much as I can on my blog, like I did once upon a time, because I think that's the best place for it. I want to do some kind of chatty get ready with me style things like this with you still. I haven't done a beauty video in the longest time, I know, but I want to still do that kind of standalone review thing on my blog, because I think that is the best resource for you guys. If you want to see if I've talked about something specific, then it's just a real quick thing. You can see the images, you can see me wearing it, you can kind of quickly gauge as to whether or not I liked it without having to sit through a 10-minute video looking for one specific thing, you know. But everything bar that concealer here, I would definitely give a thumbs up. I will be back on Sunday with another vlog. I hope you're enjoying them. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys then.